Hello everybody, I'm Leslie Ormsby, and yes, I'm back again doing videos and putting them up on my channel again. So I think the last time I did one was June last year. Anyway, I've rescheduled them or scheduled them back into my regime and my routine, and because things have changed in my life, of course, and anyway, I'm more ready to get back into them. So I'm enjoying the first few that I've put out, that I've created so far, and seeing where this new flow is going, and I've had a few ideas and what I'm going to be doing and how I'm going to be doing the readings this time round. So I'm trialing out something. So anyway, basically I'm going to be asking the question, or the question is going to be there, and the cards are going to come out to answer that question. So with each sign. So this one, your question today, we're going to Cancer, is what are some steps I can take in order to stimulate my spiritual growth? So it may be something that is coming up for you, or has been coming up for you in some area of your life that's like stimulated that or brought that up. For you to look at within yourself, and maybe you haven't actually thought about it, but it may be something that maybe in a way to begin looking at. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So like with all of the readings that I do, and like I said, this is just a trial to see how it pans out, how it flows. Just take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. Also, the other thing is, if you like what I'm doing, and you're curious about how this goes and continues, then yeah, please like or give me a thumbs up, or or subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. So anyway, that's like I say, the question is that we're going to work with today for you, or this month, and is, what are some steps that I can take in order to stimulate my spiritual growth? So the first card is that's come out from Archangel Michael. Is a deck that I've made up, or we've made up, I should say, with some of the inspirations or inquiries that have come about through the many different readings I've been doing over the years. So Make Love Not War comes out. So in order to stimulate your spiritual growth, make love not war. So I mean, there's a few things going on, because I've got a few different guides that are working with us today, and some Syrian healing, ancient healing guides that have come through that are working with us today, but also Archangel Michael, and whoever we've got else. We've got another Archangel here, Archangel Raphael. So there's a lot of healing energy that is, I guess, anchored, programmed, or within the or energy that's where they're going with that. Gosh, there's a lot of energy going on to do with healing anyway, and helping to shift our perspectives in certain areas of our lives, and that may be coming up right now. And so Make Love Not War is one of them. So in the order to help you with your what's the question, stimulate your spiritual growth. So I mean, rather than looking at everything from I guess a negative attitude or point of view, is like shifting things around, looking for things that actually, or ways that actually improve rather than disapprove, you could say. Improve your life in your communication, within relationships, whether it be with your relationship with yourself and or others, another person. And sometimes we need to step back, stand still, look, watch, and observe, and see what's going on around us, as to do with as with that Make Love Not War. So looking at solutions, positive solutions, basically, in order to get a positive outcome. And that's kind of like no matter what is going on at the moment, it may be that is what you're needing to do, is like looking for positive solutions. So I mean, you could read that, Make Love Not War in a few different ways. So however it pertains to you, that is the message. So I'm holding this up, so it's as well. So this is obviously a main ingredient, a part of that. So sometimes we do need to step back and observe from a distance, or like from a fishbowl, sort of, scenario that's going on in their or point of view. And see what is actually really going on. And when we're stepping back and we're looking at what is going on around us, it also gives us an opportunity to look within ourselves and see what may be going on there, or that might be our contribution to the situation or the experience and what is going on. And it may be that you're being shown something in reflection, about something that, or something, something that's happened in the past that's maybe, clicking now as to what you can do with the particular situation that you may be working with now, or going on in your life now. So the other card here is, you are the one who holds the key. So basically we are the ones. You are the one that holds the key to your life, to whatever it is spiritually, whether it's spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, what's going on, soulfully, what's going on, and how our life, or how we interpret things. So, and this is what part of the spiritual growth is about, is looking within, but also looking without, and finding that balance within our lives, within the situations that come up within our lives. And basically, going inwards helps us to discover more, which is where I feel like they're turning, what they're meaning about, is, and you are the one that holds the key, because you're the one that puts the key in the door and turns the key to unlock what it is that you're needing to see, or you're wanting to do, be, give, and have in your life. So it's really up to you in how everything turns out to some degree. I mean, of course, there are some things that are completely out of our hands, as to, what's going on, and it is, out of our control, but we still have something there. It's up to us how we interpret it, or what we do with that, or how we respond to it. So so we get the best possible outcome for ourselves, but also for the greater good of one and all. And I'm hearing and conserving your energy with that. So the fourth card that's come up is be conscious of the words that you use, and know their true meaning. So the one that's popping up right at the moment is sorry. Often we can use the word sorry all the time for everything, when something isn't not going right, or we say sorry for sympathy, we say sorry for empathy, we say sorry when we're not even sorry, you know what I mean, and it's not ours to be sorry. So it's being mindful about what words we choose to use. Something had come up with a discussion this week that I had with a friend, and we're both feeling, there was something like we're not feeling motivated with certain things, that we were wanting to do, each as an individual, but also together. And so it's like, but we could understand where that was going from. But I mean, there is something, sometimes we've just got to wait, and there is something in the universe that's working in the background that is bringing things together. But my point was, where we're going with that is the word motivation didn't quite feel like it was the best possible word to describe how we were feeling, or how I was feeling anyway. But we thought, oh, well, motivation it is, because that's where it was kind of gearing around. But there was another word that was underlying in order to trigger the motivation, is where they're going. So with this particular example that I'm using, and the word was emphasize. Emphasize. I don't even know where that came from, actually. It's not emphasize, it's enthusiastic. So emphasize may be another word that's coming up for you, is to be, I'll just park that up. But the word was actually enthusiastic. So I don't even know where emphasize come from. Kind of is similar-ish, I suppose, as in the how you say it, I guess. But anyway, so enthusiastic, or enthusiasm, is kind of more where I felt like that the word that it was a better word to how I felt. So enthusiasm or enthusiastic is something there. So it's kind of like, and where they're going with that is like sometimes what we've been growing to know, or what has been in our environment, the word that use, or that is used a lot more often, it doesn't aptly describe how we're feeling, sensing, seeing things or whatever. It's like, go, if it doesn't feel right, then find, like search or research, the words, other words, that are a similar description that may fit well with you or better with you. So they and really it's kind of, it is looking about not just what we're feeling, but what the meaning of it is. So I think they're giving me another example at the moment, and it's about, the word want. So like, and it never clicked to me, for a little while then. And I know the want means like you're wanting or desiring something, but there's another energy that comes with the word want, is depending on the energy behind it or what is going on, it can mean lack as well, not just desire. And so it's kind of like, if you're going to use the word want and you're looking to manifest something, like to desire something, or to draw something towards you, or magnetize. So anyway, you know what I mean. It's like looking at the energy behind the word, or behind the word like want when you're using it. So otherwise it could be, if you're coming from a place of lack, as in wanting something, and then, or if you're coming from a place of desire where your energy's up a little bit higher. So they kind of, there's a different energy or different connotation behind it. So they're just saying, like, just know and have a look what the meanings of the words are, and that will help you to figure out whether there is another word that best describes, or best raises your vibration to the point where it's more enthusiastic, I guess, and thing is that, and to emphasize, the energy of what you're wanting to achieve, or what you're wanting to be, be, give, or have in your life, in that sense. So transition is the next word that's come through from Archangel Michael, and he's talking about, there's some sort of movement that many of you are going through. So, and why this question has come up with you, Cancer. So it could be, that you are going through some sort of transition. So and that it's requiring of you to look at these things in this way that have come up for you. Oh, great. There's a great big moth in here, and it's like, it's a huge one. I'm just wondering why the cat's looking and running around. Anyway, here we go. So 3 of Cups with the make love not war. So there is something about being your own individual, about looking at things. So I mean, the 3 of Cups can be like friends, people coming together. You generally friends, and you may be really close, and there's a celebration that's going on there. But in this card, I feel like, even though they're very close friends, it's I feel like they're not really like looking at each other, so they're individuals at the same time. So where they're going with that, the message in there is where they're going with that is, even though people are doing one thing, their thing, their way, make sure that you're doing your thing your way. So because at the end of the day, while you might be in a group of people or a collective, don't forget your own individualism as well, in that sense. Oh, here we go. So 3 of Swords. So there's something there with some sort of disappointment. So with a step back and stand still here card. So sometimes it's like, on the healing process, and it kind of goes back to that. We have different things going on with us. So it's like, do like your own thing. Wow, that is a big moth. Giving me the heebie-jeebies now. It's only a moth, I know. And the 9 of Swords. There is, you are the one that holds the key. So this one is like there's a imprisonment of the mind. So don't let your mind get in the way there, or let go of the nightmares, or, you know, that have been in your dreams or something, or what you keep overthinking, in that sense. But also, you know, there's a sense of freedom in that. So what I'm hearing is like freeing yourself and letting yourself go. You are the one that holds yourself, holds the key to let yourself out of that space. So shifting your mindset there along the way there. But there may be things that are to do with a broken heart or disappointment of some sort in the past, to rise above and move it because it doesn't serve you very well. The 9 of Wands here, be conscious of the words that you're using. So it may be that you're moving out of something, moving away from something, or nearing something, because the 9s for me talk about something coming to an end. Or you know, you're either nearly there, or you're like spirited, or you know, encouraging you to move towards that direction in order for your spiritual growth. Because whatever is happening is the thing that's stimulating it, and the spiritual growth. So you're going through something that is going to help you, that is bringing up things for you to address within yourself, you know, and sort out. So there will be a better outcome. For me, it seems like you know, there's something moving, and you know, you can bring an end to it. Like you are the one that holds the key to that, to bring an end to it sooner rather than later. The transition here, the Knight of Swords is coming through here, so he can move quite quickly, and the mind, and the mind moves a lot as well with the swords. So you know, being I'm hearing like indecisive, keep changing the mind. But I feel like, you know, something must be coming to an end, because something's, you know, whatever this is, it could happen quite quickly. But it means, I feel like there's something about, you know, being decisive in order for the transition to go smoothly. However, and like I say, there is something about you can make that happen. It's about choice, decision here, but it's also about communication, communicating things clearly, concisely, and, you know, nipping something in the bud as well with this Knight of Swords. So I'm just hearing some, you know, quite quick movement. So anyway, transition. So whatever it is allowing this transition that you're going through is part of your spiritual growth. It's all in how you handle it. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'll see you next week. I hope this makes sense to you. If it does, you know, just if it doesn't fully make sense, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And also, if you're curious as to how my experiment is going, or what I'm trialing is how it is going to go, yeah, just, you know, subscribe to my channel, or give me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment, or let me know how it does resonate with you, if it does. Anyway, bye for now. See you next week.